Welcome to the channel, everybody. Today we'll continue the Gauntlet series where the OneMORE Evos go up against my top 5 earbuds that I have at right now. And at number 2, they'll go up against the Technics AZ60s. These are definitely one of my favorites on the list. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, we have the OneMORE AZ or Evos and the Technics AZ60s right here, going head to head to see if the OneMOREs measure up to the AZ60s. They fell short against my Sony WF-1000 XM4s. The active noise canceling on the XM4s was top notch, as well as the app features and everything like that. So they didn't make it up to the number 3 stat, but I'm still going to have them go through and test the last two, go up against my last two rather. Okay, so that being said, the pricing for the for the Evos is $169 and still $169.99, excuse me, and still on their website they're still offering a $30 discount, which would take them down to $139.99 on their website. On Amazon, they are still $169. Let me go and fix this camera. Looks like a little crooked here. Okay, there we go. Much better. All right, and now the Technics, the AZ60s, these go for $229.99 on Amazon as well as their website. They come in the silver and black. The OneMOREs come in black and white. Okay, so they both running Bluetooth, both running Bluetooth 5.2. They both support AAC, SBC, and LDAC codecs, as well as aptX adaptive. They both are IP64, IP4, is it IP4, I believe? I'm sorry, IPX4, water resistance. So they can get, dust or sweat or anything like that. They're both perfectly fine there. They both support the multi-point connection function. They're both very solid on those points. The OneMOREs, you can get up to 7 hours of talk time on them, with 24 hours including the case. You'll get 5.5 hours with active noise canceling on, and 7 with it off, as well as the Technics. The Technics you can get, let's see, I think this is also 7 hours. I'm sorry, the OneMOREs you get 5.5 hours with ANC on. I got them mixed up here. And 8 hours with ANC off. Now with ANC on, the charger will give you 20 hours. With ANC off, the charger will give you 28 hours. Now with the AZ60s, you get 7 hours of battery life across the board, I guess. Then you'll get also 24 hours with the charging case, and you'll have a quick charge function, which will give you about 70 minutes, a little over an hour, with just 15 minutes of charge time. The one bonus the OneMORE has over the Technics is that the case has wireless charging. The Technics case does not. And you just go in with the plug-in, you charge it in with the USB-C port. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at each of them. Let me go ahead and pull these out. All right. Now, as you can tell, let's go ahead and take a look at the earbuds themselves. As you can tell, the Technics earbud is bigger. It's much bigger than the Evo. Okay, as you can tell, let's go ahead and look at the thickness of this one. Despite the thickness of it, as we switch over to the Evos here. The Evos, you can tell, they're much more sleek, much more streamlined. Earbud feels very nice in the ear. Okay, you can take a look at them both side profile shots. Let me see if I can get a good camera view of that. You see how the AZ60 is much thicker. Well, actually, let me see. I don't know. Let's see. Make sure we got the same one. This is the left one. Okay, let me grab the right one. All right, so now they're both right. All right, so now they're both right earbuds. I keep trying. Okay, so it looks, let's put them together. I don't know if you can see that, but actually the OneMore is a little bit thick, a little bit wider than the AZ60, than the Technics. Yeah, it's a little bit wider from, which will sit, this part here, of course, obviously will sit in the ear well, and of course, so here, but this one turns out to be a little bit wider, much to my surprise. I thought, just the way it felt like this one would be wider in the ear. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and put one in quick. Let me grab this left. Let me grab the left for the Evo and slide that in, twist and lock, and it sits right in the ear well comfortably. Let me go ahead and put this one in. This is for the right. This is of the Technique. We can go ahead and drop him back in there. Let's go ahead and twist and lock. And the funny thing is they feel exactly, almost, the Technique feels a little bit bigger in my ear. Once you lock it in and it sits into that ear, into your little cavity there. I'll call it the ear well. It sits in there, and it feels a little bit bigger than the Evo does. Both of them are nice and light. I can do a shake, and neither one is budging. Okay, full disclosure, I did also change the ear tips on the AZ60s, just like I did on the Evos. I got the bigger ear tip for myself because I like that seal, obvious, of course, like I said before, but it works perfectly. I get sealed off. It also helps the active noise canceling on both of these. Another thing I wanted to point out, the difference between the two is the Evos have a wear sensor, whereas the AZ60s do not. So when you pull, if you pull one out of your ear to talk to someone, the music will not stop, or your video will not stop on the AZ60s like they would on the Evos. So we'll give the Evos the nod on that. But just to let you guys know, wear detection is not on the Techniques. Now, like I said, both of these work with multi-point connectivity. Like I said, the Evos came in, that feature might have been there, but it was able to be turned on after their latest update. And it has worked flawless for me ever since. The AZ60s worked fantastic right out of the box. As soon as I turned it on, put them in, I had them hooked up to my laptop and my phone, and I was able to switch back and forth with no problem from the beginning. I was very happy with that. Actually, I believe these were the first earbuds I've heard that have the multi-point connectivity function. No, I'm sorry. The second. The Soundcore Liberty 3 Pros had it first, came out with it first, and then I found these ones online back in November, and they offered it. Oh, scoop, got me dropped them. So, but yeah, so everything works fine, works perfect on those. We're gonna go ahead and dive in to their apps. Let me grab my phone here. All right, they're connected in. Now let's go ahead over here and jump into their app. I'm going to go ahead and put these on so all the features are activated. Magnets are strong in them cases, so it's tough to get them out because it sits so deep in there. But okay, now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and flip this up so I can get this closer because of the white backdrop leaves a glare. Okay, so you get your battery strength for each earbud in the case. Okay, then you have your listening modes. Right now it's off. We can have A and C. Okay, I got a chime saying that it was turned on. I have it set to strong. You can also have mild, and then wind noise reduction, and then adaptive. Okay, you also have it. I like it on strong, but of course, once I take them out, it'll turn off anyway. But that's fine. You got smart playback. You can go into that. Let me make sure you guys can see. I don't want to just be rambling on and you guys can't see what I'm saying. Okay, so you have auto pause only, auto pause and play, and then no smart playback. Of course, self-explanatory. Once you take them out, it'll auto pause only. It'll take it out and it will just pause it. When you put it back in, they do not start up again. Auto pause and play. When after you take them out and they pause, you put them back in. Your music or a video will begin again. And then no smart playback means it does nothing, no matter what you do with the earbud. Okay. Then of course they actually use the Sound ID app to basically give you a hearing setup, a sound setup that's comparable to what you like to listen to. That's why, and there's no built-in equalizer in this app, which is a bummer. Of course, that's not one. That's why they have the Sound ID option. Okay, then you have your Bluetooth setups and stuff. You can either, let me get back down here a little bit. All right, let me get you into focus. Okay, you can either prioritize sound quality or stability, connection stability. Right now it's set to connection stability, but sometimes it'll reboot the headphones if I switch. I'm not going to switch that right now. And then of course you got your quick guide, firmware updates. Like I said, and I'll repeat this one more time. When you get these earbuds, as soon as you get them out the box, as soon as you connect them to your phone, as soon as you download the app, run the update. That way, the multi-point functionality becomes available, and you can turn that on right away. Okay, one extra thing that they do have is the soothing sounds, where if you want to relax, you can listen to various sounds. Whoa, that was loud. Okay, so you got summer rain, fire, medium fire, drizzle, thunderstorm, breeze, spring water, bamboo forest wind, I guess, snow, snowing had a sound, underwater, outer space. I don't know what gale is, but that's one, and so on and so forth. I keep forgetting to pause that first. All right, so then you have that there, and then of course, like I said, once you run your update and everything, your firmware update for the earbuds, you want to press on the OneMORE icon up here. Those will bring up these options here. You have burn in here. I haven't talked to you about this before, but basically, you can set these up to like physically just burn in your earbuds, which like keeps them playing for a long period of time, which, longer you play them, the better they sound. So it's like a burn in to get them get them up to speed, like as far as get them loosened up, if you will, for lack of a better term, and then they'll sound better. But what I really wanted to focus on was the experimental features. If you hit on that, you want to select at the top there, dual device connection. That will give you the multi-point connectivity Like I said, it would more likely be after you run the update, this will become available, because that's what I encountered. Okay, and that basically is it for the OneMORE app. Like I said, there is no equalizer on here, so there's no way that you can uh, manually or come up with your own sound profile, unfortunately, for this one. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and switch over, and we're going to take a look at the Technics AZ60 app. Okay, we got the AZ60 set connected. As you can see there, it's connected onto the phone. So we're going to go ahead and open up the app. We're going to go in. We're going to look for the Technics audio technique, or audio connect rather, for the Technics AZ60s. We're going to go ahead and put that on. Okay, so now there we go. You see, I changed the name of them to just put my name in front. There's a EAH AZ60 is the actual name for them. Okay, you got the battery strength for both earbuds. They do not give you one for the case, however, but that's okay. You can see down. You can go down here in the middle. Let me go ahead and get in here so you guys can see. Okay, so now you got the noise canceling. You click on that. Of course, it's going to give you some tutorials, and then you can go ahead and set up how much noise canceling you want. Excuse me. So if you can dial it back, or you can turn it all the way up. I like mine when I have noise canceling. I want it all the way up. Okay. Then you have your off option. Then you have ambient sound, and then you can also dial that how much ambient sound you want in it. You want to the max. You want that, or you can go minimum, which basically, excuse me, does not allow a lot of ambient sound in. And then you can actually feel it turn on. You can hear it, it just all of a sudden just changes. And then you got transparent. Then you can always go into there. You can change it to, transparent, all sounds around you, or you can go attention, and it basically emphasizes talking voices and stuff as far as everything. I like that, so I think I'm gonna leave that there. Excuse me. All right, so let me put that back on noise canceling because that's where I like it. Okay, and here's the one thing. Let's see if you can see that down there. So one thing here on this app that the OneMore app does not have, and that's the equalizer. Okay, so you can go in. They have preset options here at the bottom. Here in the middle, you can go from bass to vocal, treble plus. Actually, bass plus. Excuse me, vocal, treble plus, dynamic, and then of course you can do custom. You hit custom, and then you have your bars where you can do the V shape or anything else that you want. You might want, however you want to set it up. You can do it like that and then leave it there. That would be your custom setting. And we'll leave it like that for right now, and then I'll just come back and play and see how that sounds. Okay, and now you can go over to settings. Or you want to save, yes, save my settings. Okay, now my sound setting is saved, my sound profile rather. And then of course you got all your other stuff, introduction. You get voice prompts, whichever language. Let me get that in camera shot here. You got various languages for English, German, French, Canadian, Spanish, Italian, Polish, Russian. You got those. Of course, you can change the headphone name. This is where I changed the name of my headphones, my earbuds rather. Then of course you can, whatever color you have. I have this, like I said, I got the silver. I got these when they first came out. The black version was not available at the time, but then later on down the line they were available, and I just drool over them from now on, basically. Okay, then you can add headphones, like if you had different pairs. See, I have the AZ70Ws on here as well, but we're not talking about those. And Of course, you can use other headphones. See, as you can tell, I have the AZ60Ws, but they're not connected. And then you can switch back and forth from them. And then, of course, you can go in to find your earbuds if you need to find them. It would emit a sound. I'm not going to do that because I got these things in my ear, and I'm not going. Actually, you know what? Let me take them out. Let's see if we can hear. Let's see. All right, that's the sound. I don't know if you can hear that. Put it up to the mic. That's the sound for finding your earbuds. All right, that should stop now. Okay, so you do have that option. Then you can actually have your blinking LED light, your Bluetooth LED light. If you want it blinking, you can turn that on. If you don't want it on, you can turn that off, which is pretty cool. Of course, and you got the multi-point option down here at the bottom. You can turn that off or on. If you know, which is cool. You can also do that with the OneMORE Evos. Then, of course, you got your sound your sound operations, touch sensor, noise canceling. So if you want to tap, you can turn it on, turn it off, or then you can just, you can do different options with it. That's just pretty cool. You can optimize noise canceling. You can actually say how much you want. Another way of turning it up and down. And then you want the level of background noise. Noise reduction, I have it at normal. You can have it at strong, which will basically really give you some really good noise canceling there. And then of course you got excuse me. You got voice assistant to use. And then I have used my own voice assistant. You can use Alexa for Amazon. I guess you only could use like Google Assistant, or if you have an iPhone, Siri, that type of thing, or even Bixby for Samsung phones. Okay, then of course you got maintenance tips, help, website help, have junk fetful information, things of that nature. I think this is where you can go in and see what model number you have in case someone's asking, or in case for some type of a warranty thing. Okay, so that's basically it for the for the AZ60 app, the Technics app rather, for the AZ60. Let me go ahead and get out of there and close this up. So to the side, let's bring these guys back together. Okay, now like I said, both of these, they feel fantastic in the air, very light. I have no problems wearing these all day, either one. They both of their features are fantastic. Both of them, I don't know if I mentioned, they do both have LDAC support. So if your phone supports the LDAC function, turn them on with these. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just take advantage of it. Fortunately, my phone does not have that rate at this point, but that's okay. I still get great sound. Like I said, with also the ear tips, once you change them, you find your right tip on these ones and any other ones, they are phenomenal. They make all the difference. So make sure you have the right tip, the right ear tips on them so they get the right seal, and that will definitely help out when listening to music or podcasts or us us YouTubers. Anytime, that would definitely help. Movies as well. Now let's go ahead and get into what I call the breakdown. Whose points score the best between the two. They're basically pretty much even. Price goes to the the OneMORE Evos at $139. excuse me, at $139 with a $30 discount on their website. Definitely the price goes to them. The price verdict goes to them. They're both pretty much even going down as far as the codec, Bluetooth function, multi-point. I would definitely give another point to the OneMORE because the case is a wireless charging case. Even though this has fast charging, I'd still like to have a wireless charging case where I can just sit it on my charging pad and take care of whatever I need to take care of, and then come back and snatch them up and not have to worry about unplugging. I know that's a little that's subjective, but that's a feature that at $229 should be automatic with these. Okay, so we got the wireless charging, you got the pricing. As far as fit, I'm gonna give it a draw because even though these seem smaller, just drop one. Let me go get it. Hold on. Okay, we're back. I just dropped. I had to go back and pick that one up. I didn't want one of my dogs to get a hold of it. Yeah, like I was saying, even with the wider profile, as far as that, they still sit in and they're still pretty flush. Whereas, although the profile on these seems or is thinner than the Evos, with the round, just the way the rounded shape of it, these may protrude out just a little bit more than these guys. So, but they fit perfectly. They fit so good. I can get in, twist and lock, and look at me. I'm just dropping these things all over the place. They should feel good. And let me go ahead. That's the left in. Let me put the right one in. Hopefully I can hold on to this one. And hey, if I put them back in, they feel good. I can't pick one, so I'm gonna call that a draw as far as fit. I'm gonna give them both a point for that one, because they both feel good. They're both light and they both lock in and literally does not move. So these are definitely good for work. Either one's good for workouts, even without wings. So we're gonna give them both we're gonna call that a draw, so no one gets a point there. All right, as far as sound goes, I'm definitely gonna give it to the Technics. They have. I'm not an audiophile by any chance, like I said before, but you can hear different instruments much clearer on the Technics as opposed to the OneMores. Everything sounds crisp. My bass hits when it hits, and on every song, not every song that has even the most subtle bass hits with these ones. The OneMores are good. Bass hits on these as well, but the detail in the song isn't as prominent as it is with the AZ60s. It's not as prominent with those. So the point goes to the AZ60s on that one. And as far as them being loud, the AZ60s wins that one as well. So overall, on a daily basis, because of the fact that they both have the same features, just about minus one thing here or there, which one would I go with? I think I would, if I had to pick, if I had to choose, which one would I go with? Would I go with the 1MORE Evos, or would I go with the Technics? Before I answer that, I want to talk to you about the touch controls. I was running. I was running with these all day today, and I did run into some problems where it wouldn't recognize my touch. I had to do it a few times. I had to do it like twice in order for it to recognize what I wanted it to do. But then the response, once they responded, it was quick, and it happened fast. But the fact that I could foresee that being an issue down the road, I'm going to give it to. I just want to make sure I put that out there in the ether. Maybe somebody from Soundcore listening to me and my little tech page. But I found that out. Maybe in the software update they'll fix that. But I did find that out. Whereas on the Technics, the touch responses are great. They get me every time. I think it's mainly because of the round surface where you can tap at. Whereas I'm just got the drops. I don't know what's going on with me. Whereas you got like almost like a tear shape drop for the Evos. I mean, I love the design. I love the black trim, but it's easy not to. I can see how you can mess that up. I think they do it ergonomic. I think they looked at the pad of your finger, so they made it the wider part up top. But I think I'm just going to give it to Technics because I've never had a problem with these out the box ever. Since I've had them, when it's time for them to bat, they come to work. So overall, I would go, if I had to choose one. Now I'm back to that decision. If I had to choose one to go with on a daily basis, I would definitely go with the Technics. Granted, they don't have wireless charging, but they have everything else. Multi-point, they have the equalizer, waterproof, everything. I mean, I have all that. I can learn to live without, or I have learned to live without wireless charging when it comes to these ones. So it will be the Technics versus the OneMores. It'll be Technics, over the OneMores in my decision, in my own personal decision. That is, still great earbuds, but they just can't get over the top when it comes to these guys. So that's my comparison, my look in comparison at both the 1MORE Evos and my number 2 ranked Technics AZ60s. Once again, thank you guys for coming and checking it out, and I hope to see you on the next one. Okay, that was a comparison of the Evos by OneMore and the Technics AZ60s. Like I said, AZ60s will definitely stay at the number 2 on my list, and because they have everything out, right out of the box, everything worked perfectly. The one downer is, the two downers is they don't have a wear detection sensor, and they don't have wireless charging. I can, basically I have learned to live without those things when it comes to these earbuds. Everything else, they have multi-point connectivity. They have a built-in EQ in their app. The app is well laid out. It has everything you need. Perfect. You get great sound out of them. You get that great sound separation when it comes to different instruments. I'm not an audiophile, so it's not like I sit back every day and listen and try to pick out the details that these guys pick up, but they are fantastic earbuds. They will remain number 2 on my list. The 1MORE Evos, still a fantastic earbud. I highly recommend these. These are basically my kings for under $200. So Definitely go ahead and take a look at these. Give these a shot. And once again, I will definitely emphasize, run the software update. Once you connect these to your phone, get the app, run the update, turn on the multi-point connection option, and enjoy that, being able to switch between the two. That is an awesome feature, and I'm so glad they finally started bringing these out with the earbuds. Okay, so that was Gauntlet section. This was Gauntlet part number 4. Stay tuned. We got one more to go on my list of 5. Evo has yet one more competitor to go up against, and that will be my number 1 set of earbuds in my whole collection, or my whole rotation rather. I don't know why I say collection, but my rotation. Stay tuned for that. If you want to stay tuned for it, go ahead and subscribe at the bottom. Go ahead and give this video a like if you like what you saw. That helps the channel. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.